Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Dearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And okay, smokes, it is a brand new day. It is cloudy, gray. There was some mist that sprinkled upon me as I traveled, and yet it was warm. It's very muggy, very humid outside. Oh boy. And my heel? I figured out a way to limp that wasn't too bad, because if you do too much of a change, you're going to strain the muscles in your leg. Or if you don't strain the muscles in your leg, you're going to strain the muscles in your back. The limp will be compensated by, and it's going to cause damage to that area that's compensating. But I figured out a moderately painless way to limp. Still ended up with, instead of a normal stride, it was stride, wham, stride, wham. Because this leg had to collapse because I can't press up on my toes because then my heel spurs, yeah, the bone spurs on my heel just are like knives going in. So thumbs up. Anyway, went walkies and that was good. And now I'm back. And oh boy, I have been doing better pain-wise because I've been taking Flexeril. When I take Flexeril back here, it feels a whole lot better. And when I don't, I got a knife in my back. Last night, I decided to check up on what happens if you break a Flexeril tablet in half. Now I'm jumping ahead of myself, because they're enteric coated, which means they go way down into your intestinal tract before they break down, and then they break down slower, and so it's very good for it to get into your intestinal tract instead of being broken down and all that in your stomach. So I wanted to check, is it okay to break them and get over the, so that they're not enteric coated? Is that going to hurt me if I take it that way? Because I've already taken one where I broke it and only took like a third of a tablet. So when I was looking up, yeah, it says, normally you start with about 5 milligrams. And the person who prescribed them to me gave me 10 milligram tablets. You can take those up 3 times a day. I've been taking them just one and then just a chunk in the morning now. Because otherwise, it'll fall asleep real hard. But then I decided to check down below under what dangers there might be, what you should and should not take Flexeril with. And you should not take Flexeril with SSRIs, the selective serotonin receptor uptake. I think that's the way it is. It's a receptor, could be receptive, I'm not quite sure, but it's to slow down the reabsorption of serotonin in your neurotransmitter areas, and so keep more of it around. But you're not supposed to take an SSRI if you're also taking Flexeril. There was also another type of drug, and they listed specifically, instead of just blanket statement, don't take SSRIs. They also listed a whole bunch of things, one of which was, of course, bupropion. There's no second R. Bupropion. Wellbutrin, which I take 150 milligrams extended release daily. Now, what happens when you take Flexeril with an SSRI, you can. It's not a guarantee. You can have serotonin syndrome. And when you start to have some of the effects of that, you need to get help very, very fast, or you are going to die. So me, here, by myself, say possibly sleeping, or getting ready for bed, or just playing computer games, suddenly I'm doing things like having seizures and then dying. I'm not going to be able to call for anybody. So I can't really take Flexeril now because I do not want that to kill me. So that's good. I'm glad I checked it out. Now, as to whether they can be broken and done that way, I still don't know. But such is life, since I'm not going to take them anymore anyway. Better to know than to not. So that's good. Past that, I mean, really, I have not been doing a whole lot. I mean, my heel, oh my God, it is so difficult. As stated, I was able to walk to Walmart and back with, limping fairly quickly, moderately painlessly. For my heel, oh my gosh, my leg, where I've had to compensate with all the other muscles in my calf and around my ankle. Oh, they are overworked because they've been doing their job and a little bit more because of the limp. And then, of course, my back, because I'm got this thrown off, everything is thrown off here. Life is life. I mean, I'll survive. It's just painful right now. I mean, I honestly don't know what can be done. Unless, surgery? But I don't necessarily want anyone digging underneath the tendons that are attached to my bones so they can scrape part of the bone off. Ugh. So, maybe I've just got to take more anti-inflammatories. But then I already take anti-inflammatories. There's aspirin, which I take at night, and then I take ibuprofen and Tylenol. So, hey, what do you say? So past that, I have been playing computer games, of course, since my consoles don't work. And the games that you can largely get on tablets, for mobile, through the various app stores, are pretty vapid compared to what I like to do. And even the stuff that I like to do that is vapid on a computer, like Vampire Survivors or such like that, it's so much more difficult and not as fun to play on a tablet. I've played Vampire Survivors, where you got to move your little guy around on the screen by holding your stylus right up against the screen and moving around. Yeah, I want to be able to not see half the screen because my hand is in the way. And then it does not move as well as I would like. Very choppy and laggy. So I'd rather just not play computer games than, not computer games, games on mobile than on my laptop. I know by calling them computer games, I'm all of a sudden since I've never done this before. I mean, I have, but not as a general habit. I don't know where it suddenly came from, but my apologies for being old. Not much I can do about it. As a quick aside on that as well, since I've been thinking of my own mortality quite a bit of late as I've gotten older and I'm approaching the, curtains down part of life. Now I can't even remember where I was going because ADHD. Oh well, it was something about, my thinking about mortality, but I can't even remember what it was that I was thinking of. Again, I love ADHD so much. Oh yeah, it was about calling things computer games and being old. Yeah, so sorry I'm old. Once again, it was something about approaching the end of life, but there we go. But I have been playing games on the computer, so I'm not just being bored since I can't go out walking as much. I mean, sure, it was moderately painless to go to Fred Meyer's, Walmart and back, but that's relative to what it was when I could not walk around. It's still no fun. So yeah, I'm not going out walking, which means my laptop over here is pretty much the only form of entertainment that I have. But I'm playing things, and that's good. In fact, I was playing something, but got a lot. Oh yeah, Torchlight 2, specifically. I have a couple set of like comfort games that I go back to, and a lot of them are the older type action RPGs because there were a lot of really good ones during my growing up time on PC stuff. So I was like, I turned 38 in the year 2000, and I must have been 31 when I got my first IBM PC clone. So I kind of grew up on the isometric type, so playing isometric type action RPGs is awesome for me. That's why I also like the isometric turn-based and real-time strategy and RPG type stuff. I'm terrible at the strategy and the tactics stuff. Tactics, just awful. I cannot do the grand type of thing, but some moderate strategy I can, but the real time is just, if I can get the opportunity to spam a particular unit and overwhelm my opponent, yeah, then I can win. Oh, I used to be so good at that with the orcs in Dawn of War. I still have Dawn of War, all of the installments? Whatever the words are, the expansions for the original, not the original, the first, for just Dawn of War. Boy, I have a functional brain, I promise you that. So, I am still doing stuff at least on there, just can't record it. So, life is life. I was going to write those down, but of course didn't. So, hopefully, if I can, I will have names, but I wanted to thank people who had donated to the GoFundMe for the upcoming computer purchase. I need to start talking to people here pretty soon. I mean, I don't have enough yet for the only thing I really have to compare them to right now is the laptops that they have like up the my local Walmart. But they're like barely more than, souped up Chromebooks largely, so that's available there. So I don't even really have anything to compare the prices to. It's I'll have to add it up and get names. It's not an incredible amount, but it's not nothing either. So thank you all so very, very much, each and every one of you that has donated to my GoFundMe so that I can get a computer that will play games, record the video and audio games, and be able to edit the video of the games that I've recorded. I don't have a huge audience here for my YouTube channel. I mean, if you take a look at how many views my videos get, you know that, and I know that, but I enjoy making things for however many people enjoy watching what I can do. And when I can, I like to do all sorts of goofy stuff. I mean, if you've watched long enough, you've seen me do the solo RPG and solo board game stuff with the solo RPGs and solo board games. You see how I like to goof around and do the silly things in just recording gameplay type stuff. And of course, I will do these type of vlogs, and I go out for walkies and take the camera with me. So right now it's just kind of a bad time because of a whole bunch of physical stuff and then my computer stuff breaking down, all of my equipment. I need to still get a replacement somehow, PS4 or PS5, and then maybe hopefully the PS4 stuff migrates over. I don't know. Life is life. But I'd like to get an Xbox too of some kind. As awful as it is, I'd rather have an Xbox One than the latest Xbox Series S with no physical drive. I still have physical media for the Xbox that I want to use, and I can't just show the box to the machine and say play. So yeah, I want the thing where I can slide a disc in. I hope that you can get done the things that you would like to get done today, because that would be awesome. But if you can't, please do not beat yourself up. It does not help you get it done the next time. It's just punishing yourself, and there's no need to do that. And for each and every one of my Patreon patrons, you are beautiful and awesome people. Thumbs up and thank you for your support. You bring me up from our, well, not even since moving here, just a hurting monkey. But you take me from a hurting monkey, where I used to be a badly hurting monkey, you take me from a hurting monkey to just a slightly pained monkey. And oh boy, I appreciate that so much. Thumbs up and thank you. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. For everybody that has left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you as well. It is beautiful and awesome that you do that. I answer as many as I can, which is not as many as I would like. So if I do not answer any comments, my sincere apologies. It's my nerve compression. Oh, that's bad, just touching it back there right now. My nerve compression symptoms are not good, so I suspect that a lot of what I'm suffering from right now and trying to deal with is probably overuse of my left arm and not anything else. And I'm barely using my left arm as it is. Yeah, I'd like to treat this without surgery, but as I've mentioned before, I've lost a good 60% of my life just because of the nerve compression going on. Things that I used to be able to do that now can't. I mean, you may notice I'm not using my left arm much, even as much as I am waving it around. It's, I'm just touching it right here. I can feel it sparkle. But what can you do? I mean, I can whine, moan, and complain and do nothing, or I can whine, moan, and complain and try and work around it as best as I can. Sure, I'm going to sit around and do a little bit of whining and moaning. I'm a human being, but I work around it as best I can. It's all you can do. When you get knocked down, you got to stand back up, because if you don't, you're just going to lay there and rot. So I was going to end it, but I usually try to say what I'm going to do for the afternoon. Yeah, I'm going to be editing and rendering and uploading this and then doing stuff on there with the laptop while that's all happening. So that's a good thing. Now I'll do it. So until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. Yay! And hopefully this isn't too grainy. I know that by keeping that light, oh boy, by keeping that light off, there's not a ton of light, and I can see a lot of the little flickery, grainy stuff. And so hopefully it's not going to be too bad. I just wanted the light from my, this thing that's happening back there to be more visible at the expense of the entire quality. So hopefully I didn't fail too badly. Still, you take care, and I'll talk to y'all later.